It's all your fault. Harsh, isn't it? And it's one that we struggle to swallow. It's one that we struggle to come to terms with. Even if we are, self-aware, enlightened, cognizant of our own life choices and things of like this, to stop and realize that it is all our fault. We've spoken about this before in different ways and different terminologies and all that kind of stuff, that we must take extreme ownership of our life, and that our lives are direct reflections of our choices, our actions, our habits, our thoughts. And yet it's this really daunting task of taking a step back and going, the number one thing that is preventing you from achieving everything you want in life, from reaching those goals, from having that success, from having the physique you want, the life you want, the bank account you want, the relationships you want, anything of that nature, you're the one standing in the way. You're the one that's preventing you from having the things that you so badly desire. You're the one standing in the way. And when we stop and we lay it all bare for the world to see, and we put it all out there, we actually recognize this fact, it can shake you to your core. It can shake you to realize that it's all on you. That the path to success is actually very, very simple. You just have to get out of your own way. You just have to step out of your own way to make it a reality. And for a lot of people, that is not something that they can do. For a lot of people, that's a bridge too far. That to actually be on the line for it, that success is simple. And when we actually put it out, as I said, for the world to see, you realize how simple it actually is. You realize how straightforward it is. And I had this happen to me just yesterday, actually. I'm working with a friend of mine. We both want to elevate our games a little bit. Not a little bit, a shit ton. I don't know why I'm sugarcoating, but yeah, we want to elevate our game a shit ton. And we want to do better. So we're holding ourselves and each other accountable to this fact. We are holding each other accountable to being the best version of ourselves. And so part of it is that we've got a Facebook group, and we put in there all the things, here are our non-negotiables that are going to get done every day. And then part of it is, here are like the top 5 things that we need to get done for the next day. Now, it's part of the greatness list. It's part of my 126 program anyway. And then we added into this to have someone to call us out on it. That bit of extra accountability. And now we're going away for a small family holiday. And I'm like, today's list is, normally it's 5 things. Today's is 20, because I'm making up for the fact that I will be away. And within that, I'm looking at the list, and I said to her, and I was like, this is actually really daunting and exciting, but daunting all at the same point, because it highlighted and it showed that if I could knock out these 20 things, if I actually showed up and did the work, if I actually pulled my head out of my ass and really committed to it, within a week or two, I could have ticked off absolutely everything that needs to be done. that I am the one standing in my way, that I could reach a whole new level of success very quickly, very simply by actually doing the work. And we've been talking about this, that, as I said, we both want to elevate our results and push into a much, much higher level of success. And looking at this and going, I am the one standing in the way. I am the one that has been causing the problem. I am the one that has held me back from all of it, from everything that I want, from everything that I need, from the results that I desire. I am the one that's preventing me from achieving that, from achieving said results. It's all on me. And that's what I mean when we talk about stepping out of your own way. That you are the one who's preventing you from the results. And that could be from the stories that you tell yourself, from the excuses that you bring up, from anything and everything along these lines. There are so many ways that you could be preventing yourself from achieving that success, from doing what needs to be done. That if you just got out of your own way, that if you actually just did the work, that, everything could be different for you. That's the biggest detractor from you achieving what you want. You. It's not the world. It's not, the people around you. It's not the circumstances. It's not what's happened to you in this life. It's fucking you. And the stories that you tell yourself and the stories that you make up and the excuses you give as to why you couldn't do the work, as to why you can't get this done. That if you actually and wholeheartedly committed and stop putting off the things that you know you need to do, that you could change everything in your life. So it is your fault. And that's a harsh fucking reality to come to. But we've spoken about it before, but it also is the greatest opportunity within that, because it's all your fault. Excellent. That also means it's all your fault if you don't fix it, but also your greatest opportunity to fix it. Everything in your life is a reflection of your choices, your thoughts, your actions, your habits. So change them. Start taking control of them. Start choosing to be a better version of yourself. Start choosing to do what has to be done. Start choosing better habits, better choices, better life outcomes. You are the one in control. You are the one who has the capacity to do these things. So the only question is, what are you going to do about it? What kind of effort are you going to put into change? Because I often find that the harshest realities are the most empowering when you get past the victimhood. That when you can go, it is my fault, and I'll own that. I'll take extreme ownership of that. That every situation, good, bad, or otherwise, is your fault. Now I'm going to own that situation. Now I'm going to take control of that situation. I'm going to view it as an opportunity for greatness, not an opportunity, not another thing that's gone wrong in my life. It's an opportunity for me to do more. It's an opportunity to grow, to be a better version of myself, to progress into the next step, to chase something greater in my life. It is an opportunity for something spectacular. And I am the one in the driver's seat. Me, right here, right now. I am in control. And if I take extreme ownership of every situation, of every good, bad, and otherwise situation that has happened to me in my life, and realize that it is my fault, that I am standing in my way of success, or it is my fault because of the actions that I took in the past. And I spoke about that the other day, that sometimes, and dishearteningly so, we can be dealing with the consequences of our past choices for much longer than we think we should have any right to. And it's why when I talk about the work, I talk about you just need to do the work. You do the work for the sake of the work. You do the work just to do the work. Because that's what has to be done. You do the work because when you focus on just the point of the work, everything gets better. When you focus on not the outcome, not the goals, not what you're hoping will come from this, when you focus on today I am showing up and I am giving my all and I am doing my best and I am delivering the best version of myself to this task, whatever that may be. And you just focus every single day on doing the work for the sake of the work. The results are inevitable as long as you don't stop, as long as you don't quit, as long as you don't give up, as long as you keep progressing forward. The work is the work, and if we keep going, we'll reach there eventually. The reason why 95, 99, I don't know, the majority, probably 99% of people never achieve the results they want in any area. But as my background would suggest, we can talk fitness and business, is that they quit. That the second shit gets hard, there's a story that pops up and they start telling themselves a story about the situation, and so they quit. Whereas if you can let go of that story, if you can take yourself out of the fucking way and do the work that is required, then you will succeed. And problems are inevitable. And this is the other part I always find fascinating, is people are like, well, I hit this problem. Okay. And if we're talking to Jocko Willink, it'd be good. Time for growth. Good. An opportunity to fix something. Good. An opportunity to work out and become better. And that's what it should be. Yeah, you did hit a problem. Hitting problems are fucking inevitable. They are a part of life. You cannot avoid them. You cannot avoid issues and problems in your life. You just can't. And the more successful you get, the better you get at things, the bigger the problems. You know, it's that old saying, new level, new devil. And that's a part of the process. So if you quit and you stop, and every time that there's a problem, there's an issue, there's an obstacle in your way, life is going to be fucking hard for you. Or you could use it as an opportunity. Or you could see it as something great. Or you could see it as a chance for growth, a chance to overcome, a chance to test yourself and to see what you're truly made of, a chance to do something great. View it as the opportunity that it is, and as an opportunity to level up. And each time you hit a new problem, you're like, good, it means I'm growing, it means I'm evolving, it means I'm progressing into the next stage of my life, of my growth, of my development. You have the opportunities at all times to change your perception on that. But if you are facing problems and you cannot overcome them and you keep coming up against them, it's your fault. You're the thing standing in the way. And maybe you have to think laterally. Maybe you need to find a different way to think about things. Maybe you do need to shift your perspective on how you're doing stuff. But you're the one standing in the way. I always come back to this concept of success in anything is simple. It's really, really simple. It's not easy, but it's simple. It just requires doing the work. And what that work is will depend on where you're at, and depend on your situation, depend on what you're aiming for. But it's simple. It's not easy, but it's simple. Like if we're talking about getting into the best shape of your life, if you want to build a great physique and you, at the same point, want to work on your mental toughness, your grit, your determination, your discipline, your perseverance, you want to just get overall better at life, any of those things, here is the really simple formula for you. And I can give it to you. No charge. No questions asked. Because I've given this away a lot and no one does it. Because it's not easy. It's, in fact, quite challenging. So people don't do it. They don't take it on. So here it is. Here is the thing that will transform your life if, and that's a big motherfucking if, you're willing to do what is required. Get at least 10% of your body weight and carry it for 45 minutes straight. And the goal is to reach 4.5 Ks in the 45 minutes. If you do that, increase the weight. Now, that's step 1. Step 2, work out with weights every single day. Get a good weight program and lift weights. Or do a workout every single day. Step 3, I'll take that back. Eat an animal-based diet. All you are going to eat now is meat, fruit. That's it. Maybe a little bit of honey, maybe a little bit of raw dairy. Do that. Drink 4 liters of water a day and take a daily photo. Do that every single day. Oh, and the weighted walk has to be outside. You do that every single day for as little as 30 days, but probably give it 90. Shocking number here, 126 days. And you will be a different human being. You will be so categorically different. Your physique will change. Your mental fortitude will change. Your health will change. How you show up in life changes. Everything in your life will change. It's very simple. It's not easy, but that's simple. And there it is. I've just presented you a clear-cut path to transform your life. But most people will never do this. I've given this to a few people now, and they're like, oh, no, I couldn't possibly do that. Why? Why not? Because you're standing in your way. You're standing in your own way. You're creating stories and narratives and just bullshit around why you couldn't do that. You can. Anyone could do this if they really wanted to, because it scales to whatever level you're at. You just start and you commit to it, and there are no days off, and you just fucking do it. You show up with a zero choice mentality and you get that shit done. And you stack the wins day after day after day after day after day. And you do that on a long enough timeline. And even if the weight workouts that you design are shit and, the nutrition doesn't feel perfect, but as long as you stick to that list, it will be, you will be a different human being. I can guarantee it. I can guarantee it. If you just commit to doing that work every single day and forget about the outcomes and just fucking do that, you'll be a different human being. Your whole life will change. Your body, your physique, your happiness, all of it. It'll all change. But the question is, are you actually willing to step out of your way? Are you actually willing to put aside the stories in your head and do what has to be done? Because this is the question. Success is on the other side of you stepping out of the way, of you stopping creating narratives around the work. Stop creating stories of what has to be done. Stop creating excuses and reasons and all that rubbish about why you can't do the work. Shift all of that and you'll be a different fucking human being. This is what's required to change your life. It's not complex. It's really not complex. It's very, very straightforward and simple. But it's not easy. And because it's not easy, the majority of people won't even consider it, let alone try it. And this is the difference. So if you believe that you are ready to change your life, then do. I've just given you the keys, okay? But if you're not quite ready and you want assistance, you want accountability, because I had this conversation this morning, probably 99% of my job is accountability. 99% of my job is just holding people accountable to the shit that they know they should do. That actually show up and do what is required. And if they do this, their whole life will change. That's pretty much my job. Yes, I'll get you there faster. Yes, I will progress you and push you through. But my job is to make sure you actually do what you said you would do. It's accountability. So if you need that accountability, if you want the accountability to change your life, shoot me a message. Let's get you into the Chasing Greatness program. 30-day challenges. Let's start you off. And let's hold you accountable to transforming your life. But if you're not quite there and you're not ready to fully commit to step in, grab the link in my bio and join the Daily Greatness Mail. Grab my top 10 tools to transform your mental toughness. And lastly, if you still aren't quite there, but you want to make sure that you're progressing forward, that you're going to take that first little baby step to stepping out of your own way and doing what has to be done, subscribe. Follow along, like, comment, make sure you get all of the information that you hear every day and you see every video, and you start, changing your mind, changing your thought processes on what has to be done so that you can become the best version of yourself. So that's all I have for you. So it's time to get out of your own way and start doing what is required. Until then.